welcome to another Into the Void real review. This time we are reviewing Roofman, starring Channing Tatum, who plays the real-life persona of Jeffrey Manchester, who back in the late 90s, early 2000s, lived in a Toys R Us store for 6 months. This was written and directed by Derek Cianfrance and is based on a true story centering on Jeffrey Manchester, who went from robbing McDonald's to living inside a Toys R Us after being incarcerated for his criminal activities. Jeffrey is portrayed as a nice guy criminal, and who better than the charming Channing Tatum to play him? And while I'm not familiar with the actual story of the man who is trying to navigate economic troubled times to give his kids what they need to be happy, I still can appreciate it for what it is.
Good morning, team.
I just made some bad choices.
It's ironic that the movie hits a special kind of resonance inherent of these times we find ourselves in now. That revelatory significance gives us, the audience, a special empathy to Channing Tatum's character, and that's important because without it, maybe this movie doesn't hit as well. We're supposed to relate to Jeffrey's plight to understand what could make a person go through the lengths he goes to give the people he loves the monetary things he thinks they need, or what he thinks they need to be happy. And that's a key point the movie seems to home in on. It's Jeffrey's fatal flaw. He's great at observing the details in things, and that is what allows him to escape prison and live in a Toys R Us for 6 months while living a double life. He hooks up with Lee, played by Kirsten Dunst, who works at the Toys R Us under the thumb of store manager Mitch, played by Peter Dinklage, who, if anyone has worked in retail before, no doubt has some experience working with, you know, the prick, the company man who treats his employees like slaves to the corporate machine. He is feverishly fun to watch here as a real dick, and there is a really funny scene that I won't spoil in which he runs into Channing Tatum or Jeffrey in an awkward compromised position towards the end of the movie. Kirsten Dunst as Lee is great as a straightforward, no-nonsense woman who takes to Jeffrey instantly while also being wary of introducing a new man into the family dynamic that her two daughters inhabit.
Would you like to go out with me?
Yes, I would very much, really very much like to go out on a date with you.
Jeffrey, of course, is dealing with the fallout of losing his daughter that the movie centers on from his previous marriage that ended in divorce. There's a soft emotional chord to Roofman that intermingles with comedic flourishes that I appreciated.
You gotta get your passport ready.
Okay, what are you thinking?
We're gonna need to change that hair before we take the photo.
I think we do a wig. It's good, right?
You follow Jeffrey, who has good intentions, but goes through those intentions in the wrong way. There is this central theme that resonates, and that theme is how we value two things more than anything: time and money. When both run out, freedom is the cost. There's a religious undertone that many may feel off-putting, but I found it refreshing. Overall, I really enjoyed Roofman. It got me thinking that sometimes what we think is most important isn't really that important. Sometimes all that the people we love want from us is our time, not the gifts we give them. You kind of know that from the get-go that things can't end well for Jeffrey. Like I said, this is a movie that centers around a character with the one fatal flaw that causes his downfall. We're supposed to identify with that flaw and then get a deeper understanding of why that underpinning deficiency causes their downfall. It's very clinical and its themes are well developed. There is a scene where Jeffrey's friend, who specializes in nefarious activities such as getting people the proper documentation to change one's identity, in which he tells him he isn't tough enough to be a criminal. That friend, played by Lakeith Stanfield, whom I've always admired for how he inhabits his roles, puts a good argument that maybe the main fatal flaw with our main character is that he's too nice and doesn't know how to be a capable criminal. You can't be a criminal with morals, because when things really hit the fan, you just can't escape what you have coming to you. Roofman, like I said, I enjoyed, and if anything, its main fatal flaw may be that it reaches a little too far and tries to be more than its sum of its parts. No doubt, it still entertains with a tale about a man that does something we wouldn't have the guts to do, or maybe we wouldn't think of doing the things he does. Channing Tatum has one of his best roles, in my opinion, here, where he gets to flex a little bit more of his star power, and for the most part, it works, even if you most likely won't remember the movie that much after you watch it. I am giving Roofman an 8 out of 10. Guys, what did you feel about Roofman? Is it one of Channing's better roles? Let me know down below. Like and subscribe, and I will see you the next time when we venture into the void.